Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new series I'm doing called Versus, where I take two games that are virtually very similar, that most people would think, oh, that one copied that one, that one copied that one. And I actually compare them, and I see which one's actually doing that concept much, much better. Today, I have Overwatch versus Paladins for you. Two different team-based games, pick a champion, go off and fight each other, and we're going to see which one's better. I'm going to be rating them on 5 basic categories: price, skill level, gameplay, content, and community and stuff. With all that said, let's roll into the video. Okay, now on to the first part, which is price, which is the really most important part to me, because if I have to invest hundreds of dollars into a game, it's going to kind of deter me from ever even getting into the game itself. So with Paladins, it is indeed a free-to-play game, but as the result of it being a free-to-play game, there are microtransactions in there. In the game, you only get about 10 characters to start off with. But if you want to unlock every character, you can pay the $30. So let's just say or you can grind to unlock them, and they also have a rotation system to allow you to play characters that you haven't unlocked yet. So that way you can see if you want to play them or not. Sorry. They do have a battle pass system, which usually is about $10, where you can get more cosmetic skins and sprays and stuff like that. They do have a free version of the battle pass as well, but even let's take it into full consideration, to get a bunch of skins, everything is $164. But let's just say, devil's advocate, you just want the characters to play the game. You have either your free to play, I'm gonna grind out a bunch to get, to be able to do that, or there's your $30 deluxe version, which includes all the characters. One of the things I like most about this, though, is the fact that if you are doing a bunch of the grinding, and you then later on ugh, this is too much, I'm tired of it, fuck it, and you pay the $30, they'll refund you all the gold you had spent unlocking characters and send that back to you. That way you can use it to get, loot boxes and stuff like that, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Next up is Overwatch. Overwatch has a base fee standard version of $20. So no matter what, you're paying $20 for this game and stuff. There's, you do get all the characters right off the bat and everything like that. And it's the full game, And then there's the legendary version for $40, which is more than Paladins, You get, these 5 legendary skins, which you can't get any other way. And then you have 5 epic skins, which, in my opinion, aren't all that special. They're And then you get other stuff for other Blizzard games. Like Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Diablo, and World of Warcraft. But we're not going to focus on those. We're going to focus only on Overwatch. In my opinion, the $40 is a bit much so you're paying pretty much $20 more for 5 skins for 10 skins, And in my opinion, I had to give the point here to Paladins, because I didn't feel, because having the ability to not, paying is completely optional. There is no pay to win system in Paladins right now, which is, in my opinion, very good. And all this stuff you get from here is cosmetic, or you can do the grinding. With Overwatch, you can't. Either you pay for this right off the bat, or you don't get to play it. With Paladins, you can play it for a while, maybe realize, oh, I don't like it, okay, and then just delete it, boom, gone, and you're good. With Overwatch, if you play it and you don't like it, you're out 20 to 40 bucks, you know. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is content. What are you getting for either your time or your money and stuff? And let's start off with Paladins, just to keep it consistent here. With Paladins, you get a total of 41 different heroes. And they add a new one about every 8 to 9 weeks, you know, just to keep things relatively interesting. Okay? As you can see, the characters here have more of a cartoony kind of design to them, you know, as you can see. And it is, how do I put this? I think, you know, you do get a decent amount for a free-to-play game, you know. You do get, you know, you have 4 different modes, you know, where you can test out new maps they haven't created, they haven't published yet and put into the other systems. You have Team Deathmatch, where you have to kill the enemy team more than the other one. Onslaught, you know, control the point, kill enemies. And then you have your basic Siege, which is, you know, push, you know, take point, push payload. You know. Then your basic Battle Pass system, and their events. They always have both an event and the Battle Pass going on at the same time. You know, so your quests to get coins and gems to unlock characters and skins and various other things. So, it's not bad. For a free-to-play game, it's not bad at all. They do keep events going, and they do keep new characters, you know, they introduce new characters fairly frequently, you know. They'll always have an event related to a character. So, like, before they released the newest guy, Atlas, who can rewind time and rewind time for other characters, you know, there was an event called End Times, where there's a portal moving all around and it caused a bunch of random chaos to go on and stuff. So it's not bad for a free-to-play game and stuff like that, you know. So, it's not bad, not the best, you know, it doesn't have and stuff like that. But now, when it comes to Overwatch, you do get more for your money with Overwatch. With Overwatch, you only have 35 characters, I believe. No, 30 characters. They're about to introduce the 31st character. They just introduced the 31st character as of recording this video. You know. You know, but you do get more in Overwatch, you know. You do have your workshop version where you can create your own game and have other people join in. You do have competitive mode. You have their arcade mode, which has like no limits, elimination, you know, 1v1s, mystery heroes, you know, competitive deathmatch, okay, and stuff like that. And then you have your basic quick play. So you do get more with Overwatch, and the heroes in Overwatch look more realistic per se. I think that's the best choice of words, you know. But that doesn't mean you don't have your silly cartoony looking characters like Winston. You know, let me show you his actual normal skin. You know, like a giant genius level monkey. Like, you know, that's pretty fucking funny to play. You know, or Wrecking Ball, literally a gerbil with Gatling guns. His suit is a fucking hamster. Like, it's pretty fucking funny, you know. And so, in my opinion, I have to give this round to Overwatch because it, in my opinion at least, it has more. It has more content in it, you know, and it allows you to either play their basic mode or create your own, you know. So, like I said, it kills me to do it, but I gotta give this point to Overwatch. Okay, the next part is gameplay. How does it feel playing the game itself? Now, with Paladins, they have this very unique system, the item shop, kind of like League of Legends, where you can buy various things. You can get, decreases the AoE effects, you take less direct damage, things, in my opinion, which make it much better playing. Because if you're playing a team that's, everyone wants to go damage and all that, but the other team, they've got a tank and a healer, and they've got a basic team comp going. What your team can do is they can go Cauterize or Wrecker, which makes it that way. If you're shooting a shield, your damage, you're going to do 75% more damage. Meaning, if you're going up against a tank, you will melt his shield hella quick. And just be like, and you're dead. With Cauterize, it makes it so the healer can't do shit. Because it does, 30% less, 60% less, or 90% less, based on how you upgrade it during the game. Which, like I said, can completely nullify an entire team, a healer. Making the healers, Then you also have, your own healing, like kill to heal. Every time you kill an enemy, you get health back. Life Rep makes it that way. You get health back just based on base damage. This one makes it so when you eliminate an enemy, you get a huge chunk back. Like, it adds so much stuff to it that a basic team composition of a tank, a healer, and all the other stuff isn't completely necessary. And as you can see here, Paladins has a lot more characters to them, and each one feels different, Like, while Kness and Strix are both snipers, neither of them feel the same. Kness is for more of a person who likes to play a sniper. Stay at a distance, porting around, not, While Strix, he is indeed a sniper, but he also has close range combat as well. You've got characters like Seraph. She does indeed healing, but she also does a lot of AoE damage as well. And so like no two characters, they have some similarities between them, but they're always so different that no matter what your basic playstyle is, there's one that will, work for you. Like, let's look at Dredge real quick. Boom. It's just, silly me. They also have decks, which, in my opinion, is another great thing about this. Is each character, you can build a deck to whichever you want. A base number of cards that you can pick and choose how many points go into each one. So that way no two dredges or no two of that champion are the exact same. Like every time he hits with an harpoon, I get 400 health. So it does indeed make it, once again, feel like every character is unique. Even if you're playing, like any other team has a dredge as well, there's a good chance that, the other team's dredge might have a different loadout than you. It's thus making him either better or worse than you, or, So, like, it does indeed, in my opinion, make it that much better. It makes it feel better knowing that not every dredge is running the exact same thing, and, or like, oh, that's a Pharah, I'm gonna do this to counter it. Like, it doesn't work that way in Paladins, which, in my opinion, is a huge plus. Okay, now it's Overwatch's turn to kind of show off their gameplay and stuff. Let's just start off with Soldier. You've got your basic abilities. It's not... Overwatch's gameplay isn't that complicated, You've got your basic abilities, With Soldier, you got your shift, which is sprint. Left click to fire. right click, basic right click ability and stuff like that. But that's just it. Besides the uniqueness between the characters, that's about it. Every character has a select amount of abilities. Some can do healing and damage at the same time. And, like, their ultimates are cool when you know how to use them properly. But other than that, there isn't really much special about Overwatch's gameplay, to me at least. Maybe because, like I said, I've played a bunch of it. So, like, I know exactly, I've gone through 1,000,004 times. But, like, that's about it. Every character has, like, 2 abilities of their own. And that's about it, and that's about it. Because if we go back over here to spawn, we can select another character at random, and I can show you that. See, even eyes closed. Boom, Junkrat. There we go. See, you've got your shift, which is throws off a mine. You have E. Boom. Which is a land trap. And that's about it, No specials. I mean, besides a giant wheel you can launch off later, but that's about it, Every character can be kind of run the same. See, May, she's got a shift. May has a right click, but that's about it. Yeah, so, like, sadly, Overwatch's characters, while they may be unique and have some cool abilities, to me, they don't feel anything really all that special. Okay, so the next part is skill level. How skilled do you really have to be, at a shooter game to play this? And honestly, you really don't. They do a great job with introducing you to everything and slowly easing you into all the abilities and everything one at a time as you level up the character itself. So it does a good job teaching you, per se, on how to do it. And it does allow margins for error, so you don't have to be a straight god at a first-person shooter. You don't have to be god at a first-person shooter to be able to be good at this, There we go. So, like, if you're looking for a casual game, then yes, I would definitely... Where the fuck is that? There it is. So that would definitely pick up Overwatch. I mean, Paladins. Especially because their ults and everything do indeed feel, yeah, okay. Okay, now it comes to skill level. And with Overwatch, it has a very high skill cap. It does. Every character, like Soldier, very low skill cap, as you can see. But if you go to a different character, say Genji, and you hit F1, he's got a much higher skill cap, as you can see. So Overwatch has a very high skill cap, but the community itself is so strict about whether you're good or not. It is very hard to grind out to get good, per se. So, I mean, it comes down to you whether you can handle a toxic community to get to that high skill level, you know? But I mean, hey, if you believe you're good and, you can pick it up like that, I say go for it. Overwatch has a much higher, much larger professional league, has a professional league to it. So, if you don't, so if you want to go pro or do something like that, then this indeed is the game to start with. You know. But I mean, if not, don't. Okay, now that everything has been said, it's time to reveal who I have chosen as the winner. And today's winner is of the very first versus is Paladins. I chose Paladins because it's a free to play game. The community is much, much nicer, and with, it's much nicer. The content is completely free. It's much easier to get into. And that, in my opinion, makes the game much, much better. The champions feel unique. Your version could be completely different than someone else's version of the same champion, giving it, you making you feel like your character version is unique. The item system makes it so that way there's no one particular way in any meta, or like any team comp can really work as long as you guys get the correct items. You can stop anything. So, in my opinion, that's what makes Paladins much better. If you guys have a game you guys want me to do for the next versus, then feel free to leave it in the comments below. But thank you guys for watching all the way through to the end. Feel free to like, favorite, subscribe, share, all that hooly ha stuff. Until next time, guys. Peace.